Last time we brought the swarm of enemies to the game. While we can destroy them all, there's no real purpose to it. We don't know how many we've destroyed or how many we've missed. Let's start off by declaring the two variables that we'll be using to keep track. Open user_main.h. Under internal, we need to declare an integer for score and an integer for lives. In user_main.cpp, we want to initialize score as 0 since the player will start with no score, and lives will be initialized as 3 to give 3 chances for the player to miss enemies. Now let's add a way for the player to gain score. In enemy.cpp, we want to increase the score whenever an enemy is destroyed by a bullet. In the bullet collision test, we simply increment user_main score by 1. Similarly, we want to lose a life whenever an enemy crosses over to the left edge of the screen. In the boundary test, where we destroy the enemy, we decrease the life count by 1. And finally, we can look at displaying this information to the player. Here's a brief overview of the XAML layout in Blend. I won't go into detail here, however if you're unfamiliar with Blend, check out this tutorial where most of your questions will be answered. In total, you need 1 grid and 5 text boxes. Feel free to pause this video to see exactly what properties each of these elements have. If you're still stuck, download the XAML file here and place it in your project. With your XAML file ready to use, we can open directxpage.xaml.cpp. In the onRendering function, we set txt scores text to the score variable in user_main. Similarly, txt lives text should be set to the user_main's lives variable. And there's our HUD. We have a record of how many enemies we've killed and how many lives we have left. However, there's still no threat. The next and final part pulls it all together as we head towards the game over.